Hey everybody, what's up? This is Jesse McGraw, better known as Ghost Exodus, and I am the admin of the U.S. Justice Reform Task Force. I wanted to share a brief moment with you, I won't waste your time, and describe to you the reason why I fight. What is it that drives me? Why do I do what I do? I'm just getting started. Check this out. First, before I tell you this, I want to encourage some of you to turn your pain, your anguish over what your loved ones are experiencing and turn it into power. Do something with it that is so remarkable and courageous that it would take you outside your comfort zone, beyond the phase of tears, and do something amazing with it. Do something for your loved ones. You can never fight a war and win through mere words unless those words are substantiated by substantial action. So think about that. Let's take this fight to the next phase. Let me tell you something. The Department of Justice didn't enhance me with a 4-point leadership organizer role for nothing. I planned to get results. So, in 2012, I was tortured for 13 months by prison guards at Seagoville FCI prison. Now, Seagoville used to serve as a Japanese internment camp during the Second World War, so some of the architecture is very old. I survived temperatures reaching up to 125 degrees. 125 degrees is hot, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how many deserts in the world reach that hot, but it is mind-blowing. 125 degrees without AC, fan, or adequate ventilation. There was an air duct system that was hooked up to a heater, which some psychopathic guard thought would be funny to turn it on us and leave it there for a couple hours. He did this periodically, just to hear us scream, because that's what we did. Everyone screamed for help. And guess what? Help didn't come for a very long time. There was one man who was transferred from the jail unit in 2012 who committed suicide in just a few hours because it was too much for him. I had heat rashes. I constantly had to rehydrate at all hours of the day and night to fight off the heat exhaustion. Yeah. We showered for, what was it, 3 times a week? Mind you, we're living in a 8 by 10 cell. But, we ate contaminated meals. I had to surgically remove my own toenail with a razor blade I found from the shower because medical staff refused to help me, even though I was incapacitated with an extreme infection in both of my toenails. So imagine having to take a razor blade and cutting your own toenails out just so you could walk again. The pain of the infection was actually far greater than the cutting. Let's say that. I suffered intense auditory hallucinations. And even my own family didn't believe me until I managed to find an attorney who told my family that they were killing me. I showered in ice water in the wintertime while it was sleeting outside. Ice water. Imagine, showering in ice water in the wintertime when it's about to snow outside. It's not fun. They withheld our mail. I filled out a packet, a clemency packet, to the Office of the Pardon Attorney. Seagoville officials intercepted it, threw it in the trash, and then sent somebody to tell me that it had been denied by the OPA. Well, I wrote the OPA, and they said they never received it. Imagine that. They'll stop at nothing. Now, I didn't receive any due process for those 13 months, not until 8 months had passed, really. At 8 months, I saw the disciplinary hearing officer, in which he told me that none of that time I had spent there even counted. Not cool, man. But that's the way it is. But it doesn't have to be that way. You know why? Because the people who run the system are just people like you and me. They just have a lot of resources and a lot of secrecy. They do what they do in complete solidarity. What are you doing? Are you in solidarity? Are you united with other like-minded people? Are you going to fight the system? Or are you going to complain about the system? You could take your complaints and turn them into weapons if they're directed in the right direction. Let me tell you, we can fight this and we can win. But how bad do you want it? That's the question. Because you have to understand, mere words are not enough. It takes writhing, moving bodies and screaming voices to make the powers that be nervous. Can you do that? Can you unite a people together in a protest? Can you use your own innovation and ingenuity to engineer a new form of activism to throw them off guard? Can you get your family members who are incarcerated to somehow take photographs and video footage while they're in there of all the things that are happening? Let's see that. Let's get the evidence out. Let's have inmates find documents that need to be leaked. Let's find out what's happening to the budget, why these prisons are in disrepair while guards are walking home with pensions and parties. Let's find out where all the money's going. Moreover, let's find out why there is no real justice reform. Let's do something about it. Turn your pain into power. That's what I'm going to do.